Yeah.
Okay, so fractions. There's several different ways you can do it. We've talked about 2 ways in class, so I'm going to go over those 2 ways again. So let's say that you have 2/3 plus 4/5. We can't add those because our denominators are not the same. So one way we've talked about is if your denominators aren't the same, all you have to do is you multiply your denominators. So 3 times 5, and that'll give you your common denominator. So that'll be the denominator for both of these over here. So 3 times 5 is 15. So I'm going to put a 15 here. I'm going to put a 15 here. So 15 is now my common denominator. Now, to get your numerators, we're going to cross multiply of sorts. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to say this 2, and you're going to go 2 times 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. So that's your first one. Then you're going to do the same thing, but the opposite direction. So 3 times 4 is 12. So the 12 goes there. So now, our denominator does not change, so it's still 15, but 10 plus 12 is 22. So your answer would be 22 over 15. All right, let's do another one. Let's say that we have 3/4 minus 1/2. Now this one you could do 2 different ways. I'm going to do the way I did up here first, and then I'll do the second way that we've talked about. So the first way would be just to multiply our denominators. Nothing changes. The minus is still minus. So 4 times 2 is 8. So my denominator on both of those would be 8. Always start with your first fraction and you multiply down. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then you multiply this way. So 4 times 1 is 4. 8 does not change. So 6 minus 4 is 2. So you have 2 over 8. Now, we've got to reduce the 2 over 8. So you think about what they have in common. So I know that 2 is 2 times 1. And I know that 8 is 2 times 4. So remember, whatever they have in common, which is a 2, we mark out. The 2's gone. What's left is my answer. So your answer would be 1/4. Now, the other way that we talked about that helps save you from having to do a lot of reducing. It doesn't save you from all reduction, but it does save you from some. Is you can look at your denominators. Look at your smallest denominator. So here's my smallest. Can I multiply 2 by anything and get that other denominator? Yes, I can multiply by 2. So what that tells me to do is I'm going to multiply this one by 2. But remember, whatever you do on top, you have to do on bottom. So if I can multiply the bottom by 2 to get the 4, I have to multiply the top by 2. And I don't have to mess with this one at all. So the 3/4 stays the same. Minus 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. There's your common denominator. So now the 4 doesn't change, but then 3 minus 2 is 1. So you get the same answer